Once again, this is my second recording. Look at my eye. Look at my eye. Look at my blind eye. Although I see it from here, look at my blind eye. My blind eye. My blind eye. My blind eye. Anyways, I gotta comb my hair. And I ate like a fat ass every single hot dog in the universe. Today's trading recap. Everything was good. Negative 60 expansion trade long on a in the money call or deep in the money call. It didn't go red one time. 100-point profit, $100 profit. Today, most of my time was spent trying to fix the wave code, but it's quite obvious where the next deep plot is going to be. It's sort of like useless, but it could be useful in small trends. But it's still useless. You know, it could be useful on a micro scale, like 5 candle width, basically every single plot. It might be there to it might be helpful there to identify a 5 candle pattern reversal. But once you spread that out, once you spread sample size out, you know where the top and the bottom is. So you already know the D plot is going to move there, the D plot is going to move here, etc., etc., etc. So it's useless. There's no need to put it automatically, was basically the final assertion. Or even having it in the chart based on that decision. The second thing I spent most of my time is creating more patterns using Fibonacci. At first, I tried the original ABCD code and add patterns to that. It didn't work. That's basically 2 days of time. 3 days, because I tried last night too. And then this morning, I took 3 hours using a Fibonacci code to try to develop 4 patterns, and it didn't work. Basically, did what I had to do today. Didn't make much money because it's the particular location is starting to run out of shares. You know, it's not starting to run out of opportunities, which is basically this is basically how it works. You know, this library runs out of opportunities, or opportunities don't make the same. The other library stops working the right way. The middleware, you know, etc., etc., etc. So right now we're seeing a decreased amount of money in the place that I am now, but I'm gonna stick with it and see what happens in the long term. 3 codes that I thought about today were the smart money that I haven't optimized, that I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make it a little better based on recommendations. I'm gonna ask, hey, how can I make this better off recommendations and apply these recommendations or whatever. And then I'm gonna work on the expansion code. Expansion code to find the bottom and try to entry in the bottom. Maybe like today my trade didn't go through in the morning at negative 50%. Maybe a maximum, maybe in maximum will allow it to plot an arrow and find it a little better to execute the trade. So tomorrow I gotta do max expansion and plot an arrow for the day, positive and negative. And I have to work. I need a workaround if stock price is within range, because if it's within range, it could the arrow could plot at the bottom. You know, negative, max negative. You know, maybe $2 to the negative or whatever, and then not find the high. You know, not plot an hour to close the trade, because it's still within 9:30, 10 a.m. It's still within the 9:30, 9 a.m. range. Outside of that, it could all probably be a little easier. Just trade the number instead of trading expansion. Use a native ThinkScript code. Find low of day, find high of day, and don't trade based on output of 1. You know, but the problem with that is that I need to figure out what's the absolute top based on candle movement. You understand? Because that what I don't have, it's basically looking for an absolute value after it happened. How many candles should be the final high and leave it there? Maybe find an average of how many candles happened, how many candles usually are after a maximum high of the day, and make that a sample, make that a variable, and so that it can account how many have they passed to consider that the close and close it. And that's the idea, because if I set high or low to close or to open, the first high would be enough to close, and I don't want that. I want maximums. So looking for maximums, I need to apply maximum rules. So either the TOS, either the native codes could work fine to find the maximum of a single day, but it wouldn't be enough. So then, if that doesn't work, I need to find or improve a trail stop code and try to put a really large percent of gain on the trail stop code, take profit, so that it's higher than 100 and higher, do a trail stop in a fashion that it rides maximum than the ATR. It is to do it. Now that I'm thinking about it while making the video, this trail stop has to include ATR, which is probably the average maximum amount that the current dollar value has moved up in dollars. If it's $5.50, so the trail stop has to be take profit near that 5 or the best. You understand? That's probably how the trail stop. That's probably how the trail stop limit is gonna work. It's gonna be like the ATR plus maybe another $1.50, etc. Like another $1.50. No black swan events, like no days that SPY moves $7, which are evident. It happened like a few days ago. It went from like 40 to 55. So that was like a $7.88 day, $7.88 day. But that's the idea. The idea is set a trail take profit stop that considers the maximum amount SPY moves to close the trade, so that it closes relative to the maximum possible range in a day. And there I could just open on negative expansion, do the same thing and set the trail stop at that number so that I could just forget it, basically. And it's gonna find it's gonna find the highest point in the chart. Once it goes down, lock in the price. That's it. I think I solved it. And I hope y'all have a good day. I think I solved it in my head. I just have to apply it in code. Hope you guys have a good day. Time for reconsidering life's choices, because I still got to make another 1,000 to make my port viable for this strategy. My port size needs to be at least 2,000, so I have 3 full days of 500. I can't really be trading max port on one trade. If I'm gonna max a port, at least 4 trades necessary, plus the possibility of closes and limit stops being expensive, and that's about it. $100 one, so we're probably 1-to-1. Wall Street Bet's gonna start counting. Terra's 1-to-1. Maybe he'll no. I'm probably 2.47, or the difference between the Wednesday Friday trade, which was a little higher than usual. It covered the first losses, but the 47 cents. So I think I am 241 above and 100 below. And that's how we're gonna start figuring this out. And if it stays just one loss for infinite X amount, it's 100% viable. Just follow, stick to the rules, and make that money. It's not going to be a lot. I'm not going to, but I'm not going to be worth, I'm not going to be the guys that are going to be trading $1,500 or whatever in a trade, with actual stocks I'm not one of those. I'm just very simple. 3 times a week, $100 or more with the trail stop. I'm looking to maximize that trade, and that's it. Too easy. Set or identify pattern, trade, forget. Trade, forget. That's it. Because if the negative expansion, if the arrow for -60 or -50 is not going to work, I'll sit down, see where it is, set it myself, open the trail stop to maximum, to the average $3.50 maximum of ATR, and forget about that shit. It's going to make money. Period. It's gonna. But I got to figure out the sweet spot for the trail limit stop, so that I know that it's going to, so that the trail limit stop knows that it's a big move. Wait for the big move. Close at the maximum of the big move. Peace.